Most holistic nutritionists and health coaches have spent $5, $10, $15,000 or more on their education and advanced certifications and trainings, and yet they struggle to bring in even one, two, or three paying clients consistently every month, much less make the 10,000 plus per month that they want to be making in their practice. Now, if that is you, we have to fix this immediately. The reason we see this problem being so pervasive is, well, it's a few different factors. Okay. So I'm going to break down exactly what I'm seeing with so many health professionals that I work with. If you don't know me, by the way, my name is Andrea Nordling. I am the founder of the Profitable Nutritionist, where I have had the pleasure of working with thousands of health and wellness practitioners since 2019 on growing their practices, signing more clients, making more money, and making a way bigger impact without burning themselves out or relying on social media along the way. So if you don't know that about me, that is another little caveat here is I do not advocate being active on social media. I do not advocate being on social media at all. In fact, you can't even find me there because I deleted all personal and professional social media profiles in early 2021, which is blissful, by the way. And I feel like that is an aside that I need to make right now. It is lovely. So the first thing that we see be a real problem with nutritionists and health coaches and their offers. And when I say offer, by the way, I mean what you are selling to the people. How are you helping people? What are you selling to them? That is your offer. What we see being a huge problem is new practitioners in particular offering one-off client sessions or anything that is cheap. No brainer. I'm going to say cheap or would be like a no brainer for your people. If your brain is telling you, you know what, here's what we're going to sell. And the reason we're going to sell it is because it'll be so cheap. It'll be a no brainer for people. That is a red flag, my friend. Huge red flag. Nothing is a no brainer. The more that you think something should be a no brainer, the less you will sell it, the less effort you will put into explaining the value of it, and the less people will ever pay attention. So if you're just be onto yourself, if you're ever like, oh, this is a no brainer, oop, red flag. No. We got to go back. We have to fix that. Okay. So how people do this is they think, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do intake sessions, basically. I'm going to do like 1 hour long sessions or hour and a half long sessions. I'll charge $97 for them. I'll charge $197 for them, whatever that is. And then when somebody is on that call with me, when they take this no-brainer offer, then I'm going to wow them so much that I am going to sign them into a bigger package or into working with me longer term because they're going to be so blown away. Of course, they're going to want to do that. Now, in theory, this makes sense. And you probably have seen, I know I sure have, more established businesses that are further along that do this very well. Why does it work for those businesses? Because that paid session is a paid sales call. So for those businesses that do this really well, where they have low cost, low ticket sessions and then upsell into a longer engagement, longer package at a higher ticket, like that's a high price point, they have a script, okay? And this is a very dialed in sales process. These are very advanced systems that are not for newbie business owners to endeavor to create. Unless you have a history as a sales closer or as like running a sales team and you know how to create these scripts, don't try to do this. It's going to cost you months, if not years, of lost revenue and lost impact that you could be making with your clients. Honestly, you're going to be very frustrated and very discouraged. And people doing this, selling low ticket offers, like one-off sessions, is what keeps them stuck and keeps them broke. Okay, I just want to call that out. The reason for that is twofold. First of all, people are questioning how much value they're going to get when they spend $97 or $197. Do you get lifelong transformation in a $100 investment or a $200 investment or a $300 investment? No. You don't. And I know that if you're watching this right now, that you offer that. You offer actual massive health transformation to your clients, life-changing results. Do you think that they might be a little skeptical that they're going to get that for a few $100? Yes, they will be. Which means they're not going to be that engaged. They're not going to be that excited about it. They're going to be confused. This is where the messaging is off. The positioning is off. They're like, what is it? What are we doing here? And the more you think it should be a no-brainer, the less you explain those nuances and the less people pay attention. So if you've ever sold something for $97 or $147 or anything in that range and nobody wanted it, that is why. Okay. So that's one problem. People are just inherently skeptical of the value of cheap things, and we tend to overvalue expensive things. This is just where our brains are at. So that's one problem. Second problem is you don't have a great sales process to ascend them to a higher offer. And that's where we get very, very confused in the business world, looking at other businesses that are much more advanced and are much further along and have these very detailed scripted systems for taking somebody into a one-on-one sales call, basically, that is framed as a discovery session or a strategy session or whatever you want to call it. It's a one-off session, which is a sales call into the bigger offer. But you don't know that. As a newbie business owner, you don't know that. Even as a very established business owner, and I work with plenty of those too, we also don't know that. So let's just totally normalize the fact that this isn't taught in nutrition certifications. This isn't taught in your education programs. That's why you have to invest in specific education around growing a business. Pricing strategy being a very big component of that, and marketing as well. So when you see other businesses that sell a $97 1-hour session, what you're not seeing is they're not making any money on that. That's a break even at best. They're probably losing a lot of money getting people into that session, but they have a very, very tried and true process for selling them on back end offers that are much more expensive, higher ticket, that you can't see from the outside looking in. And that is basically a paid sales call. But what we do as new business owners, and what I see a lot of health coaches and a lot of holistic nutritionists do, is try to model that by doing one-off sessions that they charge a very nominal fee for, thinking, oh yeah, I'm just going to knock their socks off and then they're going to hire me long-term. It doesn't work that way, because what you do in an effort to knock their socks off is you are going to fire hose them with information in that 1-hour session or that 90-minute session. Ask me how I know this. I've made all of the mistakes. Ask me how I've seen this. I've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people do it. Your brain, your very, very genius human brain, is going to say, I know, I'm going to knock their socks off. I'm going to teach them exactly everything that I know. I am going to show them exactly what their problems are. I'm going to give them tons of data. We're going to do an intake together. We're going to do an assessment together. I'm going to fill in the blank, whatever it is that fits into your process here. And you are going to fire hose these poor people with all of the information so they feel so compelled to dive deeper that they keep working with you. But what actually happens is they're super overwhelmed. They're not going to get lifelong transformation in 1 hour with you, but they maybe thought that they would. And you maybe think that they think that. And so then you totally back off on selling them on working with you longer. You don't do a great job of selling that premium offer that your entire strategy was predicated on the fact that you would wow them in this one-off session, and then they would keep hiring you and keep booking and keep working with you. But you kind of pull back. You can feel that they're overwhelmed. You're not that confident in selling that higher ticket offer, so nobody buys it. And what happens is you spend a lot of time trying to promote something that makes you no money in your business, that you know isn't actually going to help your people long term. They know that on some level, so they're not really buying it. We have a total catastrophe here of basically a really unsuccessful nonprofit is what you are running at that point. And it's because the offer wasn't right. It's because the structure of the offer wasn't right, the positioning of the offer wasn't right, and the messaging around the offer wasn't right. So your people don't understand the value. You're trying to over deliver to them. Meanwhile, they're totally overwhelmed and confused, and nobody's making any money or making any progress. We can fix it though. Okay, we can fix it. Best news ever. We can fix it. And I'm so glad that you're watching this right now so I can help you do that. I'm going to use a real example that I think is really gives perspective on this. Okay, I'm going to actually give 2 examples, because the clients that I work with, I really encourage, especially at the beginning of their practice, to charge a premium rate for packages. So clients will come in and work with you at a premium rate, meaning they're invested literally and figuratively for the long term, and you are going to deliver amazing results to them long term, because we know that life-changing health transformation doesn't happen in just a few hours. Okay, so we set everybody up for success. I teach you how to do all of the messaging around this. I teach you how to sell it. I teach you how to position it. Of course, but first we just have to understand what the heck are we selling. Premium packages, okay? No one-off sessions. Don't ever do it again. Don't do it. Don't do it. It is a super advanced strategy for later when you're making millions of dollars. It's not for today. So don't even be tempted, okay? No more one-off sessions. It's a no. It's just a no. That's it. Instead, you are going to do free discovery calls to your premium packages. And the discovery call or consult call, whatever you want to call it, is an intake for you to qualify if the person that is, on Zoom or on the phone or sitting across from you, if they are a fit to work with you. Okay, so this is an interview process for you that is also very valuable for them. How do we do that? Well, I will teach you how to do that, but the short course is this. You are going to provide value for those potential clients in the form of helping them understand that the problem they think they have isn't the actual problem that they have, and that you have a solution that is simpler than all of the solutions that they've been trying that has them so overwhelmed and so burned out and so frustrated and so defeated. You actually have a simpler solution. And best news of the day is you've been trying so hard, and we can make this so much simpler and so much easier, and I will help you do it. That's what a consult call is. That's what a discovery call is. It's you showing them that their problem doesn't have to be so complicated and you have a better solution, okay? They feel validated. They feel like, oh my goodness, this person just connected dots for me that I didn't realize were not connected before. That's value. That's massive value. You show them, here's what the plan would look like if we work together on how we would address this and what we would do. Are you actually helping them on that call to do those things? No, because they can't implement it on their own. That would be setting them up for failure, and that's not what your job is to do. Your job is to help them to actually get results, which means they should hire you because that's how you help them get the results. So you're confidently selling the solution that you offer, but you're not giving them DIY tips on the discovery call or the consult call. Super important that we talk about that because I see people do this all the time. They're like, oh my gosh, well, people get on calls with me and then they don't hire me because they have to go do the recommendations I gave them first. And I'm like, why are we giving recommendations on the call? That's not what that call is for. The call is for connecting dots. It's for validating problem. It's for you to qualify if you can actually help this person and tell them how you would help them. But it's not for DIY recommendations and tips. It's just not. That's not going to get them results in the long term. So that was a little bit of an aside about the discovery call and about the process, but we do that for free because then we have an opportunity to qualify that lead that yes, you could help them. No, you couldn't. And we always be very honest about that. But if you can help them, then you tell them how you're going to help them. Okay. And this is the sales portion of the consult. This is where you lay out your offer, you explain the components of it, you explain the logistics, but most of all, you explain the value and the results that they are going to experience when they work with you. Again, I have an entire process that I teach in my program for how to execute a high converting consult call, how to structure these conversations. That's not what this video is about though. What this video is about how people get their offer so wrong and try to charge for that session instead of offering it for free and calling it a sales call, which is what it is. Okay, so you're not going to make that mistake. We've already decided we're not doing any one-off sessions. That's not happening. Let's go back to the examples I said I was going to give you. So in the process I teach in my program, I highly recommend a very premium offer for a length of time. And everybody's offer is different. Okay. So I just also want to call this out. The way that you work with clients, the way that you support clients, your ideal process, maybe you don't even have it figured out yet. And we help you with that too. But if you do, it's probably different than your neighbor and then all of your colleagues. And that's great. There's no formula. There's no like 12 weeks is the way or 6 months is the way. No. It's different for everybody, okay? And this also might change over the course of your career. So take the pressure off that, but just know that there's a package and a way for you to bring clients through a package over a period of time that's going to get them way better results, which is going to get you better results in your business. So that's why it's really important to talk about this offer. So you do that, you charge premium pricing for it. Typically, my clients start off charging somewhere in the $2,000 to $5,000 range for their packages. So I'm going to use round numbers here of $2,500 and $5,000. And again, these vary widely, and I have had people charge much more than that, $10,000, $12,000 plus for their packages. I've also had people that had a little bit different offer, and theirs might be a little bit less expensive. But we're going to use very round numbers here and common math because these are the averages that I see, about $2,500 to $5,000. So we're going to use that. To make $5,000 a month in your business, which is what most people tell me is their goal their first year. They're like, if I could just wave a magic wand and the first year of my business, I could make $50,000, I would feel like that's a huge success. And I would know that I am setting myself up for success for 6 figures the next year. A lot of people tell me that. So we could operate under $5,000 a month, okay? Which would even beat that goal. Then you'd be making 60. It'd be great. Some people are like, no, I really need to make 6 figures right away. And in which case they are looking at $10,000 a month. So those are the reasons that I'm giving these specific numbers because they are the ones that come up most commonly in my clients that I work with. Okay. So to make $5,000 a month, you can sell one person a $5,000 package, which my clients do all day long, or you could sell 2 people a $2,500 package and make $5,000 per month. Or you could sell 24 people a $197 session or a $197 online course, which is what a lot of us are tempted to do, especially in the beginning. I also have a story about that, about creating an online course way too early. Bottom line is this: a no-brainer offer that is a very low-priced offer has to be sold to so many more people. I know you know the math of this, but I'm going to bring you through. It has to be sold to so many more people. You have to be a very, very proficient high-level marketer to make those numbers work. And most people aren't. And the math does not math. So what happens is maybe somebody pays you $197 one time in the month, but maybe it would have been just as easy or maybe even easier, and I'm going to tell you it would be easier to sell that one person a $2,400 or a $5,000 offer. Do you know how much easier it is to get one person to say yes than it is to have 24 people say yes to make the same $5,000 a month? And you can insert here any numbers that you want, But the fact remains that it is just an advanced skill set to sell a low ticket offer, which is why I feel compelled to talk about this. And it's why I talk about it all the time. Is the first thing we do in the Profitable Nutritionist program is dial in your offer and your positioning and your pricing, because nothing else matters in your business if you're not profitable. If you can't pay yourself, if you can't actually make a profit, what are we doing this for? You can't help people if you're struggling yourself. You have to be able to actually help the people. You have to have the resources in time and money in your business to be able to do that. So, all right, I'll step off the soapbox for now on all of my thoughts about that. Pricing wise, it really matters. Okay. It's a BFD that you have the right pricing and the right offer in place. Please, please, please do not set your business up for failure and set your clients up for failure by offering a low ticket anything that you think is going to be a no-brainer, but really would require you to have thousands of leads coming in every month, to have a small percentage of them that would buy that low ticket offer and would make your income goals. I mean, honestly, do the math. If you have to have 24 people buy a $197 offer to make $5,000 a month, but your goal is $10,000 a month, that's 48 people have to say yes to this low ticket thing every single month for you to get paid. And are they going to get great results when they buy that low ticket thing? Whatever it is, online course, one-off workshop, one-off client session with you, whatever it is the math going to math? Just ask, is the math going to math? Is it realistic? For most people, it isn't. And so they get into a cycle of more posting on social media and trying to grow a bigger audience and trying desperately to get the word out about this thing that they need to sell, but they need to sell so many of it for the math to math. And that's so exhausting. And that's why people completely burn themselves out trying to hack an algorithm that they will never be able to hack, that is unhackable for most people that want to have a balanced life where they're not burnt out and where they're not sacrificing their own health along the way. And it is not sustainable. So don't get into that trap. Like I have to keep calling back to this, and I'll say it over and over and over again. What you sell and what you price it at is really, really important for the success of your business and also for the success of your clients. For both reasons, it's super, super important. You have to charge more. You have to charge more than you're comfortable with. You have to charge more than what feels natural and good. And that number that comes out of your mouth when you think, or when you're in a sales conversation and you're about to tell somebody what it costs to work with you, like that number should make you a little bit uncomfortable, at least the first few times that you say it. Then you're on the right track. I teach you exactly how to do this. In fact, I have a free class coming up where I am going to go deep on offer and pricing strategy with a lot more nuances and a lot more client examples, along with two other very secrets. I was going to say not so well-known secrets, but I guess the definition of a secret is that it isn't that well-known. So we'll just say this. I have 3 secrets to teach you in an upcoming class. One of them is all about pricing and offer strategy. The other 2 I'll leave a little bit mysterious for now, but know that this is a live class that I will be kind of taking you behind the scenes and behind the curtain of what I'm seeing with health and wellness businesses right now, currently, what is working, what isn't working, and I want to set you up for success so that you can help more people. Like that is our goal here. That is the reason that you are still watching this video right now. And it is super important to me that I help you any way that I can. So like I said, I have a class coming up where I'm going to teach you 3 secrets to signing at least 4 of your dream clients every month without relying on social media. I'm going to break down each secret, including offer and pricing strategy. I have 20 plus client examples I'm going to be sharing about people that are really successfully doing this and how they're doing it. So come to the live class. Okay. If you're watching this video well in the future, maybe there's going to be a replay version available. But somewhere below this video, there's going to be a link for you to sign up. Highly recommend that you do. I am going to allocate a full 3 hours in my calendar for this class because I know that you're going to come with questions. I have a lot to share, but also I want to make sure that every single one of your questions is answered on the class. And again, I'll be doing it live. So sign up at the registration below. Somewhere there is a link below this video that gives you an opportunity to save your seat for the live class. Would love, love, love to see you there. And of course, we're going to be talking about your pricing and your packages and not offering one-off client sessions, but what you should be doing instead. I have a few other things I want to share with you. So I will see you there, my friend. Okay, so all of this talk about free classes and 3 secrets and offer and pricing strategy and $5,000 versus $197, and there's so much going on there. Take a breath. It's okay. I will help you. And also, I have some great stories from my clients that have been successful in changing their offer and making way more money. So if you would like to see this in action, watch this video next, where my client goes through exactly how she did just that.